give feedback to an employee so that they can actually hear what you're saying. And the reason that we work on this, and I'm going to give you a model that's written up there on the wall, preparing for a seminar I'm about to give, is that people have really five different responses that they can give you when you offer them feedback. And I'll walk you through them real quick. They can defend, they can deflect, they can deny, or they can attack. Now, those are the four main ones that are going to happen as soon as you sit somebody down and you give them any kind of feedback that is not positive. They immediately go into those modes: defend, deflect, attack, or deny. And what you want to be able to do is have a conversation with them where they'll take that fifth choice, and the fifth choice is to accept. Let them hear you. So you want to load the odds in your favor as much as possible, so that when you are talking to them, your opportunity of them being able to hear, process, and work on the issue or the problem together with you are increased, right? You want to keep employees, you want to keep good employees, and constantly work on improving them and your relationship to them. So the four steps are up here, and I'll walk you through them one at a time. And the first one is to set the context correctly, right? When you invite somebody into your meeting, you have to let them know why they're there. You have to say, we're here in a conversation because there's a problem going on, and I'd like to work on it with you. So we've told them it's a problem. When you invite them into your office, they don't know what's going on. Nothing worse than somebody coming in and they're expecting to get told what a great job they're doing, and they're told that you're having a problem with sloppiness of their work, let's say. So the very first thing to do is just to set that context, right? We're having a problem. Let's use that one. Your work is kind of sloppy lately. There's a lot of errors, and the errors are costing us money in shipping or whatever, right? So it gives them a second. So they are going to have a quick reaction. They're going to defend, defect, deny, or attack. That's always possible. But the way that you can tip that scale a little in your future is to move on to step number 2, which is state your commitment, okay? So if you state your commitment to them, you're helping them see a possible outcome. So in other words, if you say, here's the context. We're here to have a remedial conversation about some errors that are going on in your work and mistakes that are being made, which are costing the company money and damaging your reputation as an employee. But my commitment as your manager is to work through this, help you get to the other side, and to make you a more engaged, a happier, and more productive employee. That's your commitment to them, right? By the way, it has to be a true commitment. If your commitment is to the organization and you think this person is taking advantage of you, you have to say, I've got a lot of employees out there who are committed, and I'm committed to them, and I want to have them win. But your behavior is costing all of us time and money and hurting our reputation. So make sure you work really hard on knowing what your commitment is to this person before you have this conversation. Try pre-conversation notes where you sort of script out everything in bullet point to make sure that you've thought it all through before you begin talking, right? So the third choice here is ask, right? So ask them for their side. What do you think is the reason? Why do you think this is going on? And, it's going to be their interpretation. It's going to be their viewpoint. It could be excuses. It could be actually reasons, like maybe there's a distraction at work, or maybe they're having some personal issues, or they're being unfairly tasked with too many things to do. But you have to take that step. You have to stop, let them explain, let them talk for a while, hear what they have to say. And then we move to number 4, right? Number 4 is to co-create a solution. If you've already fixed the problem and you say, here's what I want you to do. I want you to, skip your lunch and work right through it and double check all your work, and I want you to come into my office twice a day and explain to me what you're doing and how you're doing. this is not going to work because all you're doing is setting them up to feel like they are bad or wrong, and they're not invested in it. You have to sit and co-create with them and say, so how do you think we could solve this? What do you think we could do to solve this problem, which is going back to what you stated the context was, and it is added to them telling you what's going on that might be causing the problem. And you co-create the solution. So this is 4 parts, but it really has a few more parts to it when you get down to it, because after you set up this solution, which needs to be very specific and very time-bound, if they say, well, my solution is that, for the next week, I am going to spend the last half hour of the day reviewing all of the information that I've put in and looking for errors and double checking and asking for help if I see that they're still going on, whatever that is. But you really need to do a check-in. You need to schedule a conversation a week or a week and a half after this, when I just sit them down and say, how's it going? We've sat down and we co-created a solution. How do you think that's working for you? What do you think is happening differently? Are the results there? Are the problems still happening? You gotta make sure that you check in. It's not a one and done. You talk to them and everything's over. And then the other is the tool you have to remember is that you constantly keep in mind your commitment. So if the conversation, let's say around number 3 there, when you ask, if it gets a little emotional or a little combative, or if the defend, deflect, deny, attack start showing themselves, remind them again what your commitment is. Say, hold on, let's stop here. I want to tell you again that my commitment is to work through this with you, is to create a solution to help you get to the other side of this, so that we're all happy, right? So you have to keep that commitment handy. That you have to restate it as many times as it takes to get this person able to listen again. And especially if it goes really bad, you have to say, well, this is my commitment, and you have to know if they're really in that co-create state, if they're really sincere about what they're saying, and it has to be very specific, okay? So number 1, you set the context. You label the conversation. This is a remedial conversation. This is my telling you something's not working. This is us addressing a problem together. We have a problem, okay? Number 2 is this is my commitment. My commitment is to work through this with you so that we all come out on the other side better. Number 3 is to ask, what's your side of this? What's your take? Why do you think this is happening? And number 4 is to co-create a solution that will produce a desired result and get you out of the situation that you're in, right? And then always remember to check in, and then also to keep your commitment handy, because it's really about commitment. That's what's really going to get the day done. All right? That's how to give feedback. These are the ways that we can get the most out of our employees and to have them engaged and to be a better manager, but more than that, a better leader. Hope it helps. If you need anything, contact me directly. Love to talk to you. Good luck to you.